Hello everybody, this is Saad with you again, your favorite realtor, and I'm happy to be back after a short break that I'd taken. I'd actually gone down to Saudi Arabia for a Hajj trip, and that's the reason why my head is shaved off. And after that, once I was back, I had to take another short break because unfortunately I had a minor accident and I banged up my head a little bit. So that's the reason I had to take another short break, but that's healing up quite well, and hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll probably get rid of all these scars that I have right here. But I'm back, and today I'm bringing you an amazing video on the investment case of Expo City, specifically the project Terra Heights by Emaar in Expo City. So please, I request you to watch this video in full because I'm going to be going through a lot of different details of this project. I'm going to be giving you a lot of insightful data and numbers on this project, and in the end of the video I'm going to be doing the investment analysis where we're going to be taking a look at the numbers, how the property can perform right here. So let's just get into the presentation, which is the investment case for Terra Heights in Expo City. To begin, we're going to take a look at the location of Expo City. So Expo City is located right here, as you can see, right next to the new Maktoum International Airport. And within Expo City, Emaar has picked up a portion of the land where they're developing their own district that's going to be called the Expo Living District. Okay, so that's on this white top right corner of Expo City. That's where Emaar is bringing up their very project inside of Expo City. Now what we're going to do is actually go into the map and understand the location and different amazing things about Expo City. So as you can see right here, this in purple is Expo City, that in red is Al Maktoum Airport. Now I want to tell you the road connectivity that Expo City offers right here. So this right here, this road right here is named after Expo, and it's called Expo Road. Expo Road, and this, the code is E77. That's Expo Road, and this right here is Mohammed bin Zayed Road, MBZ, and the code is E311, a huge major highway right here in Dubai. So Expo City sits right on the intersection of Mohammed bin Zayed and Expo Road. Now, what other major road connectivity do you have with Expo? This right here is Sheikh Zayed Road, which is considered to be the lifeline of Dubai. So this is Sheikh Zayed Road, and this is E11. All right. So with this Expo Road, you have direct connectivity to Mohammed bin Zayed Road, to Sheikh Zayed Road itself, and then also you have connectivity to Hamdan Street. I'm just going to write HS. This is D54. And then you also have connectivity to Emirates Road, which is E611. So beautiful location. You have connectivity to four major highways through the Expo Road, and also you're only going to be about 30 minutes from downtown Dubai, which is right here, and then you're only 5 minutes away from the new Al Maktoum International Airport. And the location is such a prime location because in the future you're going to be equidistant to Palm Jabal Ali and Palm Jumeirah, and all of these can be accessed through the Sheikh Zayed Road. So as a location, it's a phenomenal location. This right here is your Expo City, and this right here is where Emaar is bringing their Terra Heights project. So this is the location of the Terra Heights project. Within a 1-minute walk, you have the mall that's right here, which is called Expo Mall. You also have the Dubai Exhibition Center that's right here, DEC, which is also within a 1-minute walk, and right in the middle of both you have the metro station that's right here. Okay, so this is the metro line that's passing, that's the red line that's already there. The metro station is existing and operational, and this Dubai Exhibition Center is due to be expanded to this entire area, making it the largest exhibition center in all of Asia and GCC. And you also have the Al Wasl Dome that's right here. You have the sustainability pavilion. You have all the offices, and all of these things are the master plan of Expo. Right here you have the Expo Valley, which were the townhouses inside Expo. So that's right there. It extends down there. So this is all the beautiful things that you have going on inside. And now what we're going to do is take a look at all the different things that we discussed and understand what makes Expo one of the most promising projects right now for investment in Dubai. So again, this is the master plan of the Terra Heights. It's right here. The mall, as I mentioned, is literally a minute walk away. The metro station is right here, and this right here is the exhibition center, and this is the rest of Expo City area right here. Let's move along and take a look at the mall that we have. The structure is already there. As per Emaar officials, the mall will be operational before the end of this year. So this mall will be functioning and operational. The construction is completely done. The inside work is ongoing for the shops and everything. So very soon you'll have the Expo Mall up and running. And this right here is the existing metro station that we have right here. It's the Expo metro station, and it is not like these other projects where we are waiting for the metro to come in. The metro is already there, functioning and operational, a huge utility to anyone who's living in Expo, who wants to go visit the Expo. You have a fantastic metro line already there, and this behind it is also the Dubai Exhibition Center, which we're going to take a look. Now this is the Dubai Exhibition Center, and we're going to discuss a little bit about this very exhibition center, because this is going to be a major traffic driver for this area. It's going to bring a lot of footfall, a lot of visitors to Expo City, and we're going to take a look how that's going to be happening. So this is another visual of the beautiful exhibition center that we have right here, and it's going to be extended all the way here, and down there is going to be extended there as well. So it's a massive facility that you have right here. So the total investment that the government is putting up for the expansion of the DEC, the Dubai Exhibition Center, is 10 billion dirhams is what is being invested right here to expand the capacity of this very exhibition center. The World Trade Center that is there on Sheikh Zayed Road, that is going to be shut down, and all the exhibitions are going to be taking place in DEC. WTC, World Trade Center themselves are the people behind DEC, and they're gonna move all the operations right here. So today the size of the exhibition center is 58,000 square meters. So that's already a massive facility that you have right here, where events are already ongoing. Events are already happening right here, but it's undergoing an expansion where it's going to be expanded at the end of 2026 to a size of 140,000 square meters. And by the end of 2028, it's going to be further expanded to 160,000 square meters. And it's going to bring some infrastructure, road networks, and also a dedicated multi-story car parking building right next to it. And then by the end of 2031, it's going to be further expanded to 180,000 square meters. And it's going to have 26 halls, and it can host up to 20 events simultaneously. So this is the plan for Dubai Exhibition Center that the government is putting in place. By the end of 2028, it's going to be the largest exhibition center in all of GCC, and the projected footfall is going to be 50,000 daily visitors, and it can host up to 600 events annually. Okay, and now what we're going to do is take a look at the list of the actual ongoing planned events that are happening in Expo City in 2025. You can take a look at the list for the remaining of 2025. All of these exhibitions are already going to happen in Dubai Exhibition Center. So the exhibition center is not a fantasy. It's already bringing in those exhibitions, the visitors, everything is already happening. It's just due to get bigger and better. So this is the list of all the exhibitions in 2025. This is a list of all the exhibitions, not all, a few of them planned for 2026, because there'll be more and more added. So you can pause and take a look at all the different names of these exhibitions that are happening right here. And you may be also one of the people who might be coming to one of these exhibitions, who knows. So let's move along to see what kind of visitors is Expo pulling annually. Okay, already this year Expo is bringing in 8 million visitors right here, and by the end of 2029, that's where the Terra Heights project by Emaar is delivering. that's a number that I want to keep a close eye on, and I would want you to keep a close eye on. It's going to attract 14 to 18 million visitors annually by the end of 2029. Keep this number of 14 million visitors in mind, because that's something that we're going to plug later into the video. So you can take a look at the annual visitors. By the end of 2030, it's expected to have more than 20 million visitors annually. Let's take a look at the DWC airport, the Al Maktoum International Airport, which is going to be the largest airport in the world, a futuristic airport. It's going to have 5 parallel runways. It's going to be a massive airport. And again, all the operations in Dubai International Airport, the DXB airport, are going to shut down, and this will be the one and main airport of Dubai upon the completion of its expansion. So the total investment that the government is putting into Al Maktoum Airport is 128 billion dirhams of investment that's going in right here, and it's going to host 26.5 million passengers annually, and it's going to be 5 times the size of Dubai International Airport. So there's a general rule in real estate is follow the money. Where is the big institutions investing money? That's happening in Expo City in the Dubai South area. The government is investing 128 billion right here for the exhibition center. That's another 10 billion. So roughly 140 billion dirhams of investment the Dubai government is putting into this area. So your couple of million dirhams is going to fare very well investing along with the government, because the government knows, the Dubai government knows exactly how to recoup their investment, how to make their money work and make huge profits on their investments. You can see what they did with downtown Dubai. You can see what they did with Pan Jumeirah. So the government of Dubai is very smart. If they're investing heavily in this area, you should be also paying attention to this area and look to invest your money in this area. Not just for these reasons. I'll tell you exactly what all is happening right here that is going to boost your investment right here. So the airport is going to be expanded in phases as well. By the end of 2032, you're going to have 150 million passengers annually traveling from this airport. You're going to have different terminals that are going to be built up right here, and it's a long plan, but by the end of 2050, the Al Maktoum airport will be hosting 260 million passengers annually, and it is going to have 5 passenger terminal buildings, and it's going to be also having a cargo capacity of 12 million tons per year. So this is no small feat. Dubai government is going to establish this airport as their main airport, and everybody who enters Dubai will be landing at this airport. So this will be the first touch point of any person coming to Dubai. The first touch point will be Al Maktoum International Airport. Let's move along to see the different businesses and MNCs that are already working from Expo City, who have already set up shop in Expo City and the headquarters in Expo City. So you can see some huge names right here. You can see Siemens Energy, Emirates Airlines, you can see NG, DP World, Emirates NBD, Ticketmaster, you can see Bragg, Vaio, Fujifilm. What other big names can we find right here? You can see Nestle right here. So all of these major companies and MNCs are setting up their headquarters in Expo City to let their employees work from this beautiful location of Expo City. So the master plan of Expo City projects an eventual workforce of 40,000 professionals that will be working from this very location. Not to mention, we have around the year concerts and entertainment events that happen right here. This is the beautiful Al Wasl Dome that you see right here, and this was the concert that was hosted in this very place. You can see this is a list of all the artists and festivals that have happened in Expo City already in the past. So this is a huge list. You can see some big names right here. You have Coldplay, Alicia Keys, Black Eyed Peas, A.R. Rahman, Jason Derulo, Katy Perry, Marshmello. You have a whole list. I don't want to go through the whole list, but you can pause and see the different artists that have already performed in Expo. And this is a further list of the artists that have already performed concerts or festivals right here in Expo. And I also have a list of the future events that are going to be happening, the concerts that are going to be happening in Expo, so you can take a look at that. So you know that Expo City has constant entertainment and concerts happening all year round, which drives a lot of visitors and traffic into the Expo area. So we also have some fantastic architectural marvels and experiences inside Expo City. As you can take a look, these are some of the structures that are already in there in Expo City. So Expo City was Originally Expo 2020, it was developed for the Expo 2020 event that happened, and there was so much infrastructure put in place. The government at the end of the Expo 2020 decided that they do not want to tear down all of these beautiful things that they've built right there, all the infrastructure that they've put in right there, the investment that they've done. They've decided to transform the Expo 2020 site into a beautiful commercial, entertainment, residential hub, and all of these beautiful infrastructure is going to be repurposed into this Expo City. So this right here is the Aleph Mobility Pavilion. It's an eye-catching monument right here. It's a beautiful building. It's a marvel of architecture that you have right here. And this is not just this. We have so many marvels of architecture. We have the beautiful surreal waterfall that you have right here with these beautiful LED shows that happen. It's mesmerizing to be right here and to experience this amazing waterfall that they've built. In the background, you can also see the Al Wasl Dome, which is another interactive dome, amazingly built. And when you visit this dome, you'll understand like the grandness of it and the visuals and the sound that you get from it. It's amazing. This is the Terra Sustainability Pavilion. I've been to this site and I was in awe of the actual size and scale of the structure that you have right here. This solar panel, if you're standing, you're just a small dot right there, and this is the massive solar panel on top of your head. It is spectacular how the government has built this particular piece of technology right here. It is absolutely amazing to see in person. You also have these beautiful pavilions. This is the Russia Pavilion. Again, eye-catching architecture, spectacularly designed. Some of the best pieces of architecture and art are there right there in Expo City. So this right here is the UAE Pavilion, another spectacular piece of architecture. This right here is the Saudi Arabia Pavilion, and this building is truly eye-catching because it's shaped in this way, suspended in the air. It has this huge screen in the front which has some amazing visuals going on. So this is another pavilion that was built in the Expo 2020 time, and it's still there. The government is keeping this in place and to have different things going on the inside. There's a museum on the inside. There are different experiences on the inside, technology-based experiences. So it's absolutely amazing to go visit these places. If you are ever in Dubai, I highly advise you to come down to Expo City and to check out all these different amazing pieces of architecture that you have right there in Expo City. Let's move along. This right here is the Al Wasl Dome. Again, spectacular design right here. If you've ever been to the dome, you know what I'm talking about. It's a massive dome. It has these beautiful visuals that go around. You have this 360 surround sound going on, and it's some beautiful experiences that you can have inside. And this place also hosts a ton of concerts all year round. There's another visual of a concert that happened inside the Al Wasl Dome. Looks absolutely amazing. Let's move along to check out the different developers and products that are inside of Expo City. I'm only talking about the residential products right here. Okay, so Expo City is mainly being developed by Expo. So we have Expo Valley, which were 3, 4, 5 bedroom townhouses, villas and twin villas that came in Expo City. Then you have Mangrove Residences, which were apartments of 1 to 4 bedrooms. Then you had Sky Residences, 1 to 3 bedroom apartments. Sidr Residences, 1 to 4 bedroom apartments. Al Waha Residences, which was a recent launch, 1 and 2 bedroom lofts and apartments. All of these were developed by Expo City, and the new player in Expo City is none other than Emaar, the biggest developer of Dubai, and they're bringing their own district inside of Expo City, which is called Expo Living, and the first project is Terra Heights, which is 1 and 2 bedroom apartments inside of Expo City. Now, Aldar, the biggest developer of Abu Dhabi, is also entering Expo City, but they are bringing some commercial spaces like offices and also hotels inside Expo City. It's not going to be residential. These are the ones which are the residential projects in Expo City. Now, I also want to give you the supply and demand metrics inside Expo City. So, how many units were launched per project in each project of Expo City? So, Expo Valley had 480 residential units. Al Waha had 284, Mangrove had 450, Sky Residences had 416, Sidr Residences has 455, and Terra Heights by Emaar is bringing in 1004 apartments right here. So the total supply that is in there so far since 2022, what has been launched in Expo City is 3,089. Over the last 2.5 years, they've only launched 3,089 residential units that people can buy and invest in Expo City. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Since 2022, total units launched in Expo City is 3,089 across all their projects. Now, a stark contrasting comparison. There is a project in Business Bay by Bengati called Bengati Skyrise, and Bengati Skyrise in Business Bay has 3,302 units in a singular project in Business Bay. The entire master plan of Expo City has launched 3,089, and Bengati Skyrise with one solo project has brought in more supply than what has been launched in 2.5 years in Expo City. This is a mind-boggling fact right here. I'm also going to show you the plot of Bengati. So firstly, let me turn this on. Okay, so this entire plan, which is 5.48 square kilometers, the entire master plan of Expo has launched 3,089 units. Okay, and let me turn on Bengati Skyrise for you. And this tiny dot, this tiny yellow dot right here, that is the site for Bengati Skyrise. So this is the plot of Bengati Skyrise, which is, look at this, 0.03 square kilometers in size, and this alone, which looks like this, the project looks like this is Bengati Skyrise, has more inventory than all of Expo City combined. So you got to keep these things in mind when you invest in locations. What kind of supply is coming into that area? Where is more demand and less supply? Those are the places that you want to invest in. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my presentation and continue it and show you this table right here. Expo City, 3,089 units in an area of 5.48 square kilometers. Bengati Skyrise alone, 3,300 units in an area of 0.03 square kilometers. Expo City has lesser supply in an area which is 182 times larger than the plot of Bengati Skyrise. You need to understand, these high density projects you want to be away from, and you want to be investing in low density projects where the government is pushing their money themselves, bringing in amazing infrastructure and has a big plan for that location. That's where you should be investing in, rather than these hype projects that come along in different areas. So this was a mind-boggling fact when I just did my research, and I found this number is absolutely crazy. 182 times larger land size and lesser units than that one singular project. Let's move along to take a look at the cumulative units delivered. Okay, so by the end of 2025, out of all the units launched, only 480 will be delivered. Okay, and already in 2025 we have a workforce of 5,000 people right here in Expo City. By the end of 26, that number is going to grow to 764 total ready units in Expo City with a workforce of 8,000. Similarly, in 2029, 3,089, all of those units will be ready, and the workforce is going to be 25,000 people right here in Expo City. Okay, so eventually Expo plans to have 40,000 professionals working in Expo City, but by 2029, the supply in Expo City can only accommodate 12.35% of the workforce. This is the workforce I'm talking about. 25,000 people working, and if these people, all of them wanted to stay in Expo, it can only accommodate 12.35% of all of those people. That's a crazy number. That means just the higher officials, the top management, even if you just cater to those, the apartments are going to be completely taken up by those people, and all these big companies will be looking to rent out these apartments for their top management or for their employees, or the employees themselves would want to stay close by from work. A walkable city, a 15-minute walkable city, a LEED certified city, a sustainable city of Expo City, they would want to stay there. And even if they want to stay, only 12.35% of all those people can stay there. So the supply is so short, the demand is so high, and this demand is not even so far we have not even catered to that number. Remember, I said 14 million visitors. Keep an eye on that number. The 14 million visitors that are going to be coming in for the exhibitions, what about them? There is very scarce supply of apartments in Expo City. So the 14 million plus annual visitors for the exhibitions in DEC will further intensify the demand for short-term and long-term accommodation. So what does that do for the AirBNB market in Expo City? The few remaining units which the employees have not taken up, or you as a investor have not put up for long-term rentals and putting up for short-term rentals. There's only going to be a few units out of the 3,089. God knows, I believe only about, let's even say 50%, that's 1,500 units remaining for the 14 million annual visitors who will be using those units as a short-term rental model. Okay, let's take a look at all these numbers in our investment analysis that begins now. So the ROE analysis, we begin by taking a look at the value strat report to understand what are the apartments in Dubai growing by. What percentage are the apartments in Dubai growing by? The number is 23.6% annual growth for apartments in Dubai. That's the reality of the market. That's the pace at which the properties in Dubai are growing. So look at this number. We are going to be super conservative, and rather than 23.6%, we are only going to take a 10% capital appreciation annually. So your unit price, which is 2.1 million for the 2-bedroom, which is 1,100 square feet in size. Okay, the 2-bedroom with a 10% capital appreciation in 2029 will appreciate to a price of 3.4 million dirhams. That gives you a capital appreciation of 62%. That gives you a profit if you look to sell at that time of 1.3 million dirhams, and this project has an 80-20 payment plan. So 80% will be paid during construction and 20% will be paid at handover. So if you're looking to flip, having paid 80% of 2.1 million is 1.68 million dirhams. That's what you've paid, and you've exited with a profit of 1.3 million. That gives you an ROE of 77.38% right here. In our most basic case, the most conservative case, you can exit with the ROE of 77.38%. Phenomenal numbers right here. Let's take a look at a higher case, which is 12.5% capital appreciation, which is more than 10% lower than the actual market average that's happening. 12.5% capital appreciation. The 2.1 million property grows to a price of 3.8 million. That gives you a capital appreciation of 81%. Profit, if you look to sell at that point, is 1.7 million. You've invested 1.68. So you've made more profit than your investment. Your ROE is 101% right here. In our case 2, the 12.5% capital appreciation. Let's take a look at a slightly higher case, which is 15%, still lower than the reality of the market. We are being very conservative with our numbers right here. 2.1 million grows to 4.2 million, doubling up in price, 100% capital appreciation. 2.1 million dirhams of profit, 1.68 million invested. That's 125% ROE, return on your equity. Mind-boggling numbers right here. And I'm keeping extremely conservative numbers, and these are the kind of figures that we're reaching to. So let's get into the rental analysis. Let's start with the long-term rental, with the long-term ROI analysis. So these were the prices, the market prices at the time of handover, based on 10%, 12.5% and 15% capital growth, which we saw in our previous example. So what we're doing right here to understand the rental opportunity right here, what we're going to do is we're only going to take 5% of the market price of the apartment as our rental. Okay, so in 2029, the price of our apartment at that time, 5% of that we are taking it as our base case for the rental income that we can generate, a long-term rental model. Okay, so 5% of 2.86 million is 145,000. Your original price is 2.1 million. That makes it a gross ROI of 6.9%. In our next case, 3.4, if your property price is at 3.4 million at that time, you can get a rent of 170,000. Keeping original price was 2.1 million. Your gross ROI is 8.1%. And if your price goes to the 3.8 million mark, you make 190,000 dirhams in annual rent. 2.1 million was your original price, and 9.1% is your gross rental right here, based on a 5%. And now we know in Dubai, rentals for apartments are anywhere between 6, 7, 8, 9%. So I've just taken a 5% rental on the market price. But let's say if we considered 6%, in our case 2, that means you're going to make 172,000 rent and your ROI is going to be 8.2%, and on the highest case your rental will be 228,000 with an ROI of 10.9%. Again, these are conservative numbers. I'm only calculating based on 6% of the market price as my rental. You know, the numbers can be around 7-8% even, and based on the low supply that you have right here in Expo City, all of these employees that are working there and a few apartments right there, even if you only target the top of the top management, the highest paid employees, for them this is not a price that they'll be scoffing at. They'll be more than happy to pay you this amount, and there's going to be probably a bidding war in Expo City for those apartments, for the rentals. So these numbers right here are very, very realistic. Now let's take a look at the Airbnb numbers that we can establish right here in Expo City. Now, to give you a reference point, in all of Expo City today, there's only one singular hotel, which is the Rove Expo City. One single hotel right there. Our 2-bedroom apartment is 1,100 square feet. What we're going to do is check out the Rove Expo website to take a look at the prices. Now, these are the nightly rates in Expo City, the Rove Hotel in Expo City. Now, take a look at the size of this room. It's 215 square feet. It's that tiny box suite that you have in the hotel. That itself is going for a price of 1,259 dirhams a night. Okay, let's take a look at some of their more other suites that they have right here. A suite of 280 square feet is going for a price of 1,300 a night. Okay, let's take a look at some more. 463 square feet is going at 1,800 a night, and the largest available room in the Rove Hotel in Expo City is 689 square feet. That is 2,300. Now, that's the size of a 1-bedroom apartment. A 1-bedroom suite is going for a price of 2,300 in Rove Expo City. We have a 2-bedroom apartment right here in Terra Heights in Expo City. Now, what kind of rentals or Airbnb prices could we charge right there? Keep an eye on this number. The highest number is 2,300 and the lowest number is 1,300. Okay, now that's the range, right, in the hotels in Expo City. And mind you, during the time of these high seasons when a lot of events are happening, the prices even go up to 3,000, 4,000 dirhams right here in Rove. So let's say 1,300 to 2,300 was the range of even the small units. Our unit is bigger than all of those units. Okay, let's keep the price only at 1,000 dirhams per night with a 70% occupancy rate. 70% occupancy rate, you can achieve a revenue of 255,000 dirhams. That gives you a gross rental of 12.2% right here in our lowest case, even lower than the 200 square feet room that we saw in Rove Expo City at 1,000 dirhams a night. Let's say we push it up to 1,500 dirhams a night, which is still lower than their 1-bedroom that they're offering right there in Rove. You have 383,000 dirhams of annual revenue, and your gross rental ROI is going to be 18.3%. Crazy numbers, even undercutting what Rove is giving. If you can even undercut the price to 1,500, you're going to make 18.3% returns right there. Let's take a look at, if we keep the prices at 2,000 dirhams a night, we can achieve 511,000 dirhams of revenue, and that makes it a gross rental ROI of 24.3% in the Airbnb model right here. The price is still lower than the 1-bed that Rove is offering you in Expo City. So the Rove Hotel anyways is going to be exhausted. All the rooms are going to be exhausted. 14 million annual visitors. After that, where do they go? They come right here to you, to your apartment for their Airbnb accommodation needs, and you can capitalize on that. And even keeping numbers that undercut Rove, you can still make ROIs of around 24% right here in Terra Heights. And Terra Heights is going to have amazing amenities on its own: a pool, gym, basketball court, tennis court, co-working spaces, steam sauna, everything that a modern building brings. And this is Emaar at the end of the day. They're going to bring some amazing amenities within this place. Not to forget, again, the companies that are working there, 40,000 professionals that are going to be working there. They need accommodation. The people coming in for the exhibitions, the 14 million people by 2029, where are they going to go? They're going to come to you right here, and having a 2-bedroom apartment gives you an edge over the 1-bedrooms that is even there in the Rove Hotel. 2 bedrooms are not there in Rove Hotel. So if someone needs a 2-bedroom, where they're going to come? To you right here, and you can make these amazing ROIs right here. So if you found this video informative, please do drop a like and comment and engage with me on the channel. And if you're interested in this very project right here, the Terra Heights by Emaar, you know who to get in touch with. And for now, this is South Dubai Realtor signing off.